Growing up, I loved dolls, and I still do today, whether they're the same brands I played with as a kid or new brands I have recently discovered. As I've gotten older, I've realized that my love for dolls, design, styling, and packaging stems from my love of art direction. Art direction is the oversight of all artistic details in a creative project. This can be for editorial publishing, film, a musical group, fashion, or in this case, doll lines, toys, and children's media. I can't remember how old I was when I discovered Lalaloopsy, but I know that I fell in love with it right away. There was something so unique about its adorable and campy aesthetics that I hadn't really seen in a lot of other doll lines at that time. When I got into Lalaloopsy, I was really invested in Japanese fashion, especially those with kawaii or harajuku looks, and I really enjoyed magical girl anime and animation, Melanie Martinez, and things that were soft and really camp and just different from what you usually see in those aesthetics. So I got really obsessed with Lalaloopsy, especially how different it was. I loved the ads, I loved the photography, and most importantly, I loved the dolls. But unlike other doll lines who have started to regain a fandom, it seems as if this whimsical and ragdoll inspired doll line has been forgotten. So in today's video, I will discuss the art direction and tackle the mystery of what happened to the so magical, so cute, and so forgotten doll line, Lalaloopsy. Before Lalaloopsy existed, there was Bitsy Buttons.
Bitty buttons, bitty buttons, bitty bitty buttons.
On July 19th, 2010, MGA Entertainment announced the launch of Bitty Buttons, created by Amandine Consorti, which featured 8 13-inch ragdoll inspired toys. Bitty Buttons had the tagline, "So magical, so cute," which is still used by Lalaloopsy today. Each doll character was created with a fictional theme reflecting the day they were sewn on, the fabric they were sewn from, and their very own adorable pet. Isaac Larian, CEO of MGA Entertainment, says that Bitty Buttons was designed to teach kids that everyone is unique in their own special way. The new brand promotes the idea that old things can become new again. Everything can be repurposed, and nothing should ever go to waste. At release, the original 8 dolls were Crumb Sugar Cookie, Jewel Sparkles, Peanut Big Top, Bee Spells a Lot, Mittens Fluff and Stuff, Dot Starlight, Pillow Featherbed, and Spot Splatter Spot Splatter Splash. What a tongue twister. Also unrelated, but these names are so cute and kind of remind me of My Little Pony. According to the Lost Media Archive wiki, Bitsy Buttons was changed to Lalaloopsy because of a trademark dispute, but I'm still not sure exactly why, and there's not too much data on that. Thus, Lalaloopsy was born.
We're Lalaloopsy, we're Lalaloopsy.
I adore this jingle. I would always play this ad or all the new ads, but anyways, back to the video. Lalaloopsy were actually very successful. They were described by CBS's The Early Show in November 2010 as the hottest toy of the season. The New York Post described them as creating the Cabbage Patch Kid-like hysteria among holiday shoppers. And on December 21st, 2010, Lalaloopsy dolls were in the first spot on Google's hottest holiday internet searches. According to Google, the searches for Lalaloopsy were up 20% since the beginning of December. In February 2011, they added 3 new characters: Patch Treasure Chest, their first boy doll, Blossom Flower Pot, and Tippy Thumbelina. One thing I quickly want to touch on is the difference between the Bitty Buttons ads and the Lalaloopsy ad.
Bitty buttons, bitty buttons, bitty bitty buttons. When that last stitch pulled tight, bitty buttons were sewn to life. Bee spells a lot, oh yes, made from a schoolgirl's dress.
Bitty Buttons shows normal kids, not kids with the lazy town wigs, and instead of having that almost circusy big band sound, it has more of a storytelling effect and showing the more whimsical and land of Lalaloopsy.
Wanna collect us too? We love our adorable pets like puppies, sweet.
Lalaloopsy ads share less of the story of the dolls coming to life by being sewn. There's bright colors instead of the muted colors we see in Bitty Buttons, and instead of being outside in the land of Lalaloopsy, it's in this almost circus-inspired world of marketing. Honestly, I love both, but I do love how Bitty Buttons has that almost telling the story of how the dolls came to life, instead of this just being collect all the dolls and their super cute pets. But I think both work. I also like how the Bitty Buttons ad showcases more of the beautiful sets that the Lalaloopsy dolls live in, instead of like this colorful lazy town is all I can think of. Anyways, Lalaloopsy continued to make their normal-sized dolls, not dogs, but also branched out into lots of different areas. They made minis, silly hair, soft Lalaloopsies, little sisters of the dolls, Lalaloopsy ponies, pet pals, which are so cute and I want to collect, Lalaloopsy workshops you could DIY, hair dolls with yarn hair, babies, fashion dolls, and tinies. Tinies reminds me of Squinkies. Does anyone else remember Squinkies? But Lalaloopsy also had digital media too, including movies and games. I never played the Nintendo games or board games, but I loved their 3D game, Lalaloopsy Land. Lalaloopsy Land was a 3D game that's kind of like a virtual world, except you can't really communicate with anyone and you can't really create your own character, but you can play mini games and activities, choose which doll you want to be, and explore the world. Okay, looking back, this game is kind of creepy. So I always loved Lalaloopsy regardless of the button eyes, and a lot of people thought Lalaloopsy was kind of creepy, and maybe that was because Coraline was out then, and the whole plot of Coraline was the button eyes, and people just thought, these are just evil button-eyed dolls. The 3D is a little uncanny in this game. But I do remember playing this game and kind of enjoying it, but in that time, I was obsessed with virtual worlds like Animal Crossing, Movie Star Planet, etc., where you could create your own characters and kind of do more than just be the little doll, you know? Like, I wanted to create my own Lalaloopsy doll. And the game, you can only really do mini games and stuff, so it's a little limiting, but I still think that it's really fun. Unfortunately, the game ended in 2016 and used Unity's web player, so you can no longer play it, but it was fun reliving the memories of playing this game as a kid with my siblings. After lots of revampings and multiple new lines, in 2017, Netflix premiered We're Lalaloopsy, which was a revamped animated series with the classic characters and some new characters. I haven't really watched the full series, but seen a few clips of it, and honestly, it's pretty cute, and I'm pretty glad that it's not such a drastic difference from how Lalaloopsy looks, unlike when some toys get revamped into shows, and it's like, this is not the same doll brand. So now that we've talked a lot about the history of Lalaloopsy, I'm going to talk to you guys about the art direction and styling of Lalaloopsy for a little bit.
We're Lalaloopsy, from buttons and fabric.
Like I mentioned before, what really draws me to buying dolls as a 17-year-old is the art direction behind them. Unlike products marketed to adults, toys can go all out if they want to because they're marketing to a kid. And while I think that lots of adults do really enjoy bright and maximalism within design, I know that kids for a fact usually like that, so brands aren't too afraid to do that. Lalaloopsy's packaging is so intricate and so cute, and I thought I would show you guys one doll I haven't taken out of the box yet. So this is Pixie E Flutters. Now, Pixie E Flutters was one of my Lalaloopsy dream dolls for a while, and in 2021 there was this reboot where, like, for their 10th anniversary of Lalaloopsy. So she is a fairy, if you couldn't tell, and I love fairies. I have like Pixie Hollow fairies on my wall. They're just really cute and fun, and this packaging is gorgeous. So I'm going to take you guys through a little tour of it, and then we're going to talk about the photo shoot styling. First, we see her cute pet, and the box makes a somewhat little house. We have a little fence and the little window inside. The back of the box has this really cute scrapbook collage look where we're using felt and other pieces of mixed media to create this garden, mushroom, and floral look. My favorite thing about Lalaloopsy packaging, however, is its adorable button-inspired little handle. I think it's really cute and unique, and I love the hearts and how the colors match the box and Pixie perfectly. Now that we've talked a little bit about the packaging, I want to talk about the doll photo shoots. Really awesome seeing companies when they have these like really beautiful pictures of the toys, and it's not just like the toy in a box, it's the toy living in that world. Another brand that does this beautifully is Calico Critters / Civilian Families. Like, if you look at their photography for the world, it's just so cute. Like, I used to want to be a National Geographic photographer, and then I used to want to be a doll photographer. Like, those seem like dream jobs. But imagine photographing toys, like photographing toys as if they're living humans in these worlds just sounds awesome. So I thought I would do a little analysis on why I love them. You can really tell how much love and passion goes into each individual Lalaloopsy doll when you look at their Lalaloopsy branded photo shoots. There's so many details to make this doll have a specific feel. The colors, the little trees in the background, how the pet matches, and the little accessories surrounding the doll. Each shoot follows a formula of having a pet, a building that works with the character, such as the fantasy ones having a dragon and a castle in the background, or the dolls who are set in a more ice place having little manufactured mounds of snow in the grassy lands of Lalaloopsy Land. It's honestly so endearing and wholesome to see each character have their own little habitat. So now that we've talked about that, we're going to move on to the styling. One thing I love about Lalaloopsy is that each doll has a very unique different style and color palette, but they still keep that overall concept of being these rag dolls transformed in this quirky, kitschy, if that's how you pronounce it, kind of look. To categorize Lalaloopsy's styling, I decided to go back to Lalaloopsy's inspired roots. I took a look at Raggedy Ann, one of the most iconic rag dolls, and putting her next to Dot Starlight, their outfits are really similar when it comes to color palette. Raggedy Ann's socks are turned to lace-up boots. Her apron is turned into a shorter and ruffled dress. The blues and whites and reds all coordinate. And Starlight wears a bow headband instead of her hair being tied into a bow like Anne's. I noticed that Strawberry Shortcake has a similar style evolution, which makes sense considering that Strawberry was originally a rag doll herself. 2007 and 2009 Strawberry Shortcakes use layers and have brighter color palettes. They also, instead of wearing a pinafore, have ruffled layered dresses or skirts, which was prevalent in the 2000s. Lalaloopsy has so many style influences, and each doll really has a mesh of different styles and aesthetics. You can really tell how much time was put into designing each doll, because each doll has really unique and individual outfits. From scene to decor fashion, to high fashion influenced looks, to Harajuku fashion, Lita, Morike, kitsch fashion, Rococo, Victorian, earthy gothic, hippie, steampunk, and way more combinations. Now let's dig into the question that made me even film this video. Lalaloopsy is a really unique brand. They have a particular niche, but still fit into that while creating lots of unique dolls and toys. So what happened to Lalaloopsy's previous success? And why has everyone forgotten such a unique and original brand? Lalaloopsy's biggest fault is that the doll line is complex and has a very specific target, yet their audience is primarily toddlers and young children, who probably haven't even heard of Harajuku fashion, and definitely haven't watched Coraline, which I will get to in a moment. And although Lalaloopsy has tried to branch into different realms, many realms to be exact, such as their adorable Lalaloopsy fashion dolls, which could have been marketed to an older audience, they just can't compare to more posable, diverse dolls and dolls that have styleable hair and outfits that are trendier, outfits they can mix and match. And Lalaloopsy girls had this kind of weird stringy craft here instead of like real hair with different textures. Another issue with having a preschool audience is that adults are most likely buying these as gifts or presents for the child. And I don't know how many adults really are into the whole button eye thing. Not everyone immediately thinks ragdoll when they see button eyes. They think creepy, they think evil for some reason. So I really think that all plays into why Lalaloopsy girls didn't sell, and why Lalaloopsys in general have kind of faded into the background. I really think that if Lalaloopsy was marketed to preteens and teenagers, they could work. Think about Monster High. Monster High was very alternative compared to other dolls at that time, but they marketed themselves to a certain audience. They marketed themselves to people who were into that. I definitely think if Lalaloopsy found a way to market their creepy cute aspect, or their ragdoll aspect, or circusy, weird mix of every single aesthetic and fashion style ever, then maybe they could have been more successful. But the truth about Lalaloopsy's quote-unquote success is that MGA is the company behind it, and MGA is thriving. They have LOL Surprise and Rainbow High that are literally some of the most popular doll brands right now, and Bratz is still thriving despite having limited releases. So like, just like some of MGA's other kind of discontinued dolls, they really don't care. They really could care less if Lalaloopsy does extremely well or extremely poorly. And that's probably why they didn't put too much energy into their reboots. And I'm probably just petty because I wanted the Lalaloopsy little ponies and Lalaloopsy girl dolls, and they just are like, no, we're just gonna make the, classic line because we have Rainbow High and so many other doll brands right now. So if I could give Lalaloopsy another chance with an adjusted audience primarily marketing to preteens, this is what I would do. Firstly, instead of selling every single brand, I will select the ones that I see doing the best. I would also focus less on selling the big-headed bobbleheads and focus all the spin-off brands. I start off by reproducing the Lalaloopsy girls, making them posable and more diverse. Literally all of them are beige or lighter, and some of the characters who were browner as the bigger dolls kind of got whitewashed. I would also sell the ponies. I love the ponies so much. I really think that Lalaloopsy's animal toys have really great potential and just look so adorable. Alright, I had to cut a minute of me rambling about the animals, but you guys should get the point. The pony and animal toys are just so cute. Alright, I also would sell the minis. I think that especially if we did want to continue to market to younger kids but make our main audience preteens, we can still sell the minis, and I think that those are easier to play with than the big dolls. The tinies are really cute and remind me a lot of Swinkies. I think they would do well because it seems like everyone really likes collectible things, so I can just see them being on people's desks or people turning them into little earrings like they did in 2020 with random things. And lastly, I would sell the Lalaloopsy workshop dolls. They are a little bit smaller than the original dolls, and you can create your own type. So I think they were cute, and again, I would just make them more diverse, but I think these are fun and would be fun to do with friends or as a craft. And to sell these dolls to an older audience, not just the workshop dolls, but all the Lalaloopsy dolls I plan on selling, I would try to partner with stores like Hot Topic or stores that just sell cute things and trinkets because I think they would thrive there. I'd also love to expand past just the dolls and make cute kind of makeup collabs and fashion stuff and kind of do some more online marketing, like collaborating with creators to kind of almost make their own Lalaloopsy inspired makeup or outfits, but I know that's kind of a reach, but it would be fun. So a month ago, before I procrastinated making this video and before I had so many college applications due, I reached out to the doll community on Reddit to get some opinions on Lalaloopsy and see if there were any other fans like me. And there were. Unfortunately, because this video is already so long and my iPad storage system is going to be mad at me, I can't make the video as interactive as I wanted to and go through every single comment, but I still wanted to give the responders a shout out for commenting, and it was really awesome hearing you guys' perspectives and seeing that I wasn't the only Lalaloopsy fan. A quick comment I will add is that one bubblegum princess said like a collab for Coraline, and I think that would be an awesome idea and definitely gain more traction toward Lalaloopsy. I actually wanted to go deeper into how they can market to the Coraline fan base, but again, this video is already way too long, but I think that would be really awesome if they did do something like that, and I just wanted to shout out that comment as well. So in conclusion, Lalaloopsy is a really cute brand, and honestly, even if they never reboot, I'm glad that they always kind of stayed pretty original to their main message and main theme, and I'm glad they actually exist and existed for a while. Even though I really do wish that they could make more dolls and bring back some of their other lines, I still think that their legacy is pretty great. And they paved the way for MGA to be more creative with their future doll lines like LOL. Also, this look was kind of inspired by Lalaloopsy crazy hair because I love how they have all these little details added to the hair. This is just a ponytail in the back because I couldn't make too big braids, so I just made these little ones and put butterfly clips in them. Also, I'll show you guys the full look in a minute. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.